last week Jimmy T was working a little bit earlier in the mornings, so he wasn't able to come with on most of my runs. And then obviously, you know, over the weekend I dropped him off at the airport. He's in New Jersey right now, so he's not gonna be coming with for most of the runs this week as well, which does kind of suck not having, you know, my duo with me. Training alone is just rough, man, especially when like you have somebody, you know, biking next to you, running with you for an extended period of time, just suddenly switch it up and be by yourself for an even longer period of time. You know, not too fun by any means. Like I always like appreciate getting to, you know, run by myself every now and then, like just take a day to mentally reset in a sense, toss some headphones in, listen to music, whatever. But especially when it comes to workouts, it's just tough being alone. But nonetheless, we have a little progression run going down this morning. So stretching out right now, we'll probably do 9 miles worth of a progression today. I'm thinking trying to shoot towards an hour. We'll, you know, go out probably like around 7:30 pace if I can control it well enough. And then like I said last week, we're working down to 6-minute pace. You know, nothing too crazy by any means. We'll probably do the same route that I did last weekend. Unfortunately, again, you know, no Jimmy T, so I don't really have any video footage for you guys for that. But the only issue with this route is you get hit with a red light, so hopefully I get lucky and I can just run through it instead of having to stop, but you really just never know. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good little progression. We'll talk more about it when I get back, but I want to get started because it's just getting hotter and hotter the longer I stay out here doing nothing. So once that sun comes up, whew, it's over. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is just one of those runs where you just feel like, man, we are doing something right. I'll toss splits up on the screen, of course, just like last week, and just to talk about it a little bit, because you know, there's not really much to talk about during a progression run. Like, it's not the hardest workout in the world, you know, it's just to get back into shape. But what I will say is that during this run, those first few miles felt so good. And like even getting towards the later 7 to 8 miles, like I just felt like a machine slowly knocking out the miles. I just felt really, really good. And I think that's a big improvement from where I was at last year. I look back and I'm like, man, I just feel so much better doing these workouts than I did last year. And that's huge. Like obviously that means we're making improvements, we're getting better. You know, the training is working, and it's just something that I don't think I've felt in a long time. Like working with Aero seriously has been such a game changer for my training, which, you know, makes me really appreciative of that. And obviously, like I've always been 100% in on training, 100% trusting of what Aero is telling me to do. And obviously it goes a long way, but yeah, super, super happy about that. I do want to touch on 2 other things. Number 1, I'm really sad that Nike doesn't make the Nike Tempo Next Percents because, man, I really love those shoes. They have like 400 miles on them, and I'm still wearing them just to knock out some of these like progression runs, you know, progression long run, shorter tempo, stuff like that. I really do like them, but you got to get them off like eBay. Number 2, still sucks running by myself. I really do miss Jimmy T, so, you know, shout out Jimmy T. Hope he gets back here soon. And yeah, we're gonna have a pretty good rest of the day. We'll probably do a quick little double, probably on the treadmill because it's gonna get really hot out. Walking the dogs later today. I have dog sitting for them for the rest of the week. So, you know, that'll be fun. And yeah, I'm glad that things went well this morning because that means, you know, hopefully we'll get some good recovery in tomorrow. And then we have a workout Thursday. So just excited to get after it. It's looking like a good week. 85 miles is the goal. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how things went today. Another beautiful morning out here at the track. We really have gotten quite lucky with the weather doing some of these workouts, which obviously super appreciative of that because Illinois weather is just so hit or miss. Like you really never know what's going to happen. But yeah, these past few weeks have been beautiful, and hopefully they'll stay along that trend. Obviously, you don't get to pick and choose, but nonetheless, it's a little warmer than last week, which kind of sucks, but we are going to be doing a little bit of a varianted workout from what we have done the past 2 weeks. So instead of doing 4 miles at 6-minute pace, we're actually going to be doing 5 to 6 at 6-minute pace. And this is just because I felt so good last week and I was able to run a little bit faster. Arrow said, you know what, if you're feeling that good, I don't want you to go faster, but I'll let you do a little extra. So we're going to shoot for that 5 to 6 range at 6-minute pace. And then instead of 300s this week, we're actually going to be doing 200s with a 600-meter jog, potentially longer depending on how I'm feeling. And again, these are kind of like that 5K pace, but a little different because I'm going to be like building up the first 100 and then trying to really, press it down the last 100. So again, nothing crazy. We're not like, pushing the envelope by any means, but it'll definitely be a little bit more, I guess, fast, like a little bit faster than the 300s in a sense. Like the last 100 should be, I'm kind of picking up pace a little bit more than normal. I'll be moving a little bit, but again, nothing too hard, nothing too strenuous. And we'll go from there, but I want to get this started because I do have work at 9, so I kind of got to get moving. And yeah, let's attack the workout, attack the day. All right, first of all, I just want to say that I do apologize for not filming any of the 200s that I ran. I had Jimmy T pulling up actually right before I started the threshold portion, which was really, really nice. It helped me a lot with saving time. That just means I didn't have to film anything. So that helped a ton. So shout out to Jimmy T per usual. Threshold was amazing. I ended up doing 6 miles at 6-minute pace, which was like perfect. Heart rate was super low. I think if I have them, I'll put them on screen with the splits. But yeah, I'm just really happy with how that went, just because obviously the threshold is the harder part of the workout. And obviously, it's not easy to get up to that point where, 6-minute pace feels easy after having, so many weeks of easy running, to say the least. So really, really happy with that. 200s were good. I don't really have any complaints about them. I think I went 35, 36, 36, 36, which isn't bad at all. I'm actually pretty happy with how that went. I feel like 36 is still a little bit fast, but like the effort was there, and that's really what we were looking for. So happy with that. Ended up taking the rest of the day pretty easy, pretty light. I had work obviously from 9 to 1, and then playing with the dogs and whatnot, and ran up on the treadmill, or not even the treadmill, I ran up on the track for 30 minutes, which I don't recommend. Running on the track sucks, especially the indoor track. But that being said, it is nice just to have a little bit of a change of scenery and not running on the treadmill. Plus the indoor direction was going the opposite way of the direction I ran on the track. So that was kind of nice to run in the opposite direction. helps, you know, recalibrate the hips a little bit. And then, yeah, just taking the rest of the day really nice, really easy, getting a lot of editing done. I'm back over at the house, hanging out with the dogs. We're playing Frisbee right now. I do hope I get a little bit of better sleep tonight because the dogs that I'm dog sitting, Remy and Sadie, Remy I'm playing fetch with. Sadie's over here, you know, passed out in the grass. But Sadie woke me up at midnight last night to go let her outside. And I still don't really know what she needed. Maybe it was to go use the bathroom. Maybe it was just because she had the zoomies and she wanted to run around the house. I don't really know. But I was up at midnight letting her out and then, you know, tried to go back to sleep. But I woke up again at like 4 to go to the track. So it's like, it was a long night to say the least. Hopefully we'll get some better sleep tonight. But yeah, gonna be a pretty eventful day tomorrow because we work in the morning. So I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get in a quick run early in the morning, just like 5.5 miles. We'll work, you know, till 9 a.m. I open at the gym. That's why I'm running, you know, just a shorter run, release. And then after that, we'll go from there. But yeah, it should be a pretty good weekend. I'm pretty excited at the very least. It should be, you know, nice to just have Jimmy T back for the long run and, you know, get everything else done that I need to. So hanging out with the dogs for the rest of the night and then get back after it tomorrow. So as you guys know, I've been spending the past few nights over at the house that I'm dog sitting for, and I'm doing the same tonight, but with a long run tomorrow morning. I'm actually gonna be changing things up just a little bit, as in I'm gonna leave the camera here. I'm gonna let Jimmy T record, you know, a couple clips in the morning of him getting up and getting ready to go. And then I'm gonna start running over at the house that I'm staying the night at. I'll run about 3.5 miles to where I meet up with Jimmy T, and then he's gonna record the long run from there. So this is probably gonna be the last clip that I filmed tonight, and then I'm gonna just, you know, leave the camera here, set it all up for Jimmy T in the morning. And then the next thing you guys will see is Jimmy T waking up, doing his thing, and then, you know, waiting for me to get to our check-in point, kind of meet-up point, and kind of go from there. But it's gonna be kind of interesting because you know, I don't know what Jimmy T is going to record, but I think it'll be fun content nonetheless, and it'll just be nice for me because I don't have to worry about, you know, filming in the morning, trying to get a camera to Jimmy T, trying to meet up like where I start at. Like, it makes it a little bit easier on him and a little bit easier on me. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is the plan for tomorrow. So I guess I'll see you guys at some point tomorrow morning during my long run. Good morning. How are you feeling? Good. Yeah, I can imagine. 17 miles in just under 2 hours to top off an 85-mile week. Honestly, very, very happy with this one. One of honestly my better long runs, one of the best, if I'm being honest. Like, I felt extremely good during this. Definitely helps that it was raining, you know, just cools it down a little bit because it's really humid out, obviously, especially with all the moisture in the air, but just cooling the weather down just a little bit and, you know, keeping me nice and refreshed definitely goes a long way when it comes to taking care of a little long run like that. Obviously, I was feeling really good, so I was like kind of pushing pace a little bit, which is not ideal. Coach Arrow tells me, or is having me make sure that I don't go any faster than 7-minute average pace or slower than 8-minute average pace. And I'm not allowed to go over 2 hours for my long run unless it's to finish up a mile. So this was like perfect, right exactly where I want to be. I think I averaged 7:01 pace if I'm not mistaken. So like that's obviously pretty ideal. And you know, having those like restrictions in a sense, I think for me at least is really, really beneficial because if I didn't have that restriction, I definitely probably would go a little faster, and that's not what I should be doing. Like, there's no real reason to do that. It's not a workout. There's no reason to take a long run as a workout if it's not a prescribed workout. I think that's a big thing that here in America we kind of don't really do in a sense. Like, a lot of people just, you know, get after a long run, and I completely understand that. I would love to do the same, but that's not always the best thing to do. So glad that, you know, Arrow has me locked in on that. And yeah, it's been a pretty good week. I definitely need to catch up on a bit of sleep. I've been kind of slacking in that department with dog sitting, so we'll try to get that fixed next week. And we also don't have AC upstairs at the moment, so It's pretty hot in my room right now. I don't know how well I'm gonna sleep tonight, which does suck, but I'll be in my own bed for the first time in, you know, the past like 4 or 5 days, which will be very nice. And yeah, we'll get back after it next week. Next week we're going for 90 miles, and we'll probably sit there for the rest of summer going into the spring. So, you know, if you guys are enjoying the videos, make sure to, you know, keep up to date. I do post it a little bit on Instagram if you guys are interested in more behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Summer Running. I will see you guys all back at it again next week. Take care, love all things. See you guys next time. Peace out.